What if I told you there's a border in Europe that moves by itself? No wars, no politics, no human hands involved. This isn't a hypothetical scenario. It's a fascinating reality that challenges our conventional understanding of national boundaries.
Behind every moment lies a scientific wonder. I'm Kale, and welcome to SciCurious, where curiosity meets science.
Every spring, one country literally loses land to its neighbor, only to win it back a few months later. This unique phenomenon is driven entirely by natural forces, creating a dynamic and ever-changing international line. It's a border so peaceful, it drifts quietly through the countryside like it's alive. Welcome to the moving boundary between Belgium and the Netherlands, a testament to nature's power and international cooperation. This unusual border runs along the River Meuse, or Maas as the Dutch call it, separating parts of Belgium's Liège province from the Netherlands' Limburg region. The river acts as a natural divider, but its inherent dynamism makes this border anything but static. The border's origins trace back to Belgium's secession in the 1830s, with formal demarcation through treaties in 1842 and 1843, establishing 365 border posts. These historical agreements laid the groundwork for a boundary that would soon prove to be quite fluid. But here's the twist: rivers don't stay still. Over time, the Meuse slowly shifts its path due to erosion, floods, and sediment buildup. This constant geological activity means the river's course is perpetually being reshaped, taking the border with it. So, as the river moves, the border moves too, one nation's land literally becoming another's overnight. It's like geography's version of musical chairs, where parcels of land can change nationality without any human intervention or political dispute. One of the most famous examples happened when a Belgian farmer accidentally discovered that his land had migrated. This unexpected shift highlighted the very real and personal impact of the river's movements on individuals. After a heavy flood, the river had carved a new path, moving the international border. Suddenly, his barn was officially in the Netherlands, creating a perplexing situation for the farmer and his property. For months, he was an accidental immigrant without ever leaving home. No passport stamp, no customs check, just nature doing paperwork, illustrating the unique challenges posed by this dynamic border. Now, you'd expect a border issue like that to cause diplomatic chaos, but not here. The long-standing relationship between Belgium and the Netherlands allowed for a different, more cooperative approach to this unusual situation. In 2016, Belgium and the Netherlands did something remarkable. They peacefully redrew their border to follow the river's new course. This act of diplomacy set a powerful precedent for resolving territorial disputes through mutual understanding. This involved a land swap, with Belgium ceding 16.37 hectares and receiving 3.08 hectares in return, a treaty ratified and effective January 1st, 2018. The precise exchange of land ensured fairness and maintained the spirit of cooperation between the two nations. No tension, no debate, just two neighbors agreeing that rivers move, and maps should too. This peaceful resolution addressed practical problems, including jurisdictional issues from river straightening in the 1960s, which had created isolated pockets of land difficult for authorities to access. In a world full of territorial disputes, this one ended with a handshake and maybe a shared beer. It stands as a shining example of how nations can prioritize cooperation and common sense over conflict, even when faced with complex geographical challenges. The Meuse isn't alone. Rivers as borders have caused problems for centuries. The Rio Grande between the US and Mexico shifts its course too, sparking disputes over who owns the newly formed land, demonstrating that this phenomenon is not unique to Europe. That's why modern treaties often state, the border stays fixed, even if the river doesn't. This legal approach aims to prevent the constant redrawing of boundaries and the disputes that can arise from natural river migration. However, international law offers principles for river borders, like using the middle line or navigation channel, with gradual changes shifting the border, but sudden changes leaving it unchanged. These nuanced rules help guide nations in managing dynamic river boundaries. But in Europe's case, the flexibility works. The land is small, the friendship strong, and the science precise enough to redraw it peacefully. The unique circumstances and close ties between Belgium and the Netherlands allowed for this adaptable approach to border management. The shifting border of the Meuse reminds us that even something as solid as a country's boundary is, in the end, at the mercy of nature. It underscores the powerful and often unpredictable forces that shape our world, regardless of human-drawn lines. It's a symbol of cooperation, proof that nations can adapt instead of fight, finding common ground and practical solutions to shared challenges. This peaceful resolution offers a hopeful model for international relations in an ever-changing global landscape. Because while humans draw the lines, the Earth decides where they go. And sometimes it simply erases them and starts again, leaving us to adapt and find new ways to coexist with the natural world.
Science is everywhere if you just know where to look. Thanks for watching SciCurious. Until next time.